The Vatican, home to the Pope, heart of the Catholic Church, and arguably the most influential spiritual power in the world. But behind the ornate architecture of St. Peter's Basilica and the reverent calm of the Sistine Chapel lies a world few outsiders have seen. A city-state cloaked in ceremony, silence, and centuries of untold stories. These secrets are not wild conspiracy theories pulled from the fringe of internet rabbit holes. Many are rooted in real history, documented inconsistencies, and chilling gaps that have left even devout Catholics wondering, what does the Vatican truly know that we don't? Let's venture deep into the 10 most haunting and unresolved mysteries the Vatican has never fully explained. 10. The Vatican's role in the Nazi escape routes, the ratlines. In the aftermath of World War II, a chilling question emerged. How did so many Nazi officials vanish without a trace? The answer may lie, in part, within the Vatican's ancient walls. Several historians have uncovered compelling evidence of a clandestine network known as the ratlines, escape routes used by Nazi war criminals to flee Europe, often to South America. These networks were allegedly supported by sympathetic clergy, some of whom offered false papers, money, and safe passage. Bishop Alois Hudal, a known Nazi sympathizer based in Rome, openly aided fugitives like Adolf Eichmann and Klaus Barbie. While the Vatican has acknowledged isolated instances of clergy involvement, it has never fully disclosed how deep or systemic the assistance was. Was it just a handful of rogue priests acting on their own? Or was there a broader church-sanctioned policy designed to protect former fascists under the pretense of anti-communism? 9. The true contents of the Vatican's Secret Archives. Stretching across 53 miles of shelving and spanning more than 12 centuries of church history, the Vatican's Secret Archives, recently renamed the Apostolic Archive, is a repository of incalculable historical and theological value. Despite its name, it's not entirely secret. Some scholars are granted access to selected documents, but under strict surveillance and with limited scope. However, vast portions remain off-limits, and the contents of some sealed documents won't be made public for hundreds of years. Rumors swirl about what lies hidden. Letters detailing early Christian sects long deemed heretical, Gnostic texts excluded from the Bible, lost Gospels, possibly even writings of Jesus himself, files on Galileo, the Inquisition, or secret agreements with world governments, occult manuscripts from the medieval church, the documentation of prophecies and Marian apparitions not approved by the church. The Vatican insists the archive is simply a collection of routine papal correspondence and records, yet the fact remains, they're still hiding something. 8. The third secret of Fatima, the missing message. In 1917, 3 young children in Fatima, Portugal, claimed to have received visions from the Virgin Mary. They were entrusted with 3 secret prophetic messages that sparked a century of speculation. The first 2 secrets, revealed in the 1940s, predicted World War II and the rise of Soviet communism. But the third secret remained sealed until the year 2000, when the Vatican finally released it. According to the published version, it described a vision of a bishop in white being martyred along with other Christians, seemingly interpreted to mean the 1981 assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II. However, many, including Fatima scholars, clergy, and even high-ranking cardinals, believe that the released version was incomplete or heavily redacted. Sister Lucia, the last surviving visionary, reportedly hinted at a diabolical disorientation in the church and a crisis of faith. Why withhold such a revelation? Was the real secret about a future apostasy in the church hierarchy, the rise of a false pope, or even the end of the church as we know it? The Vatican insists the full text was released, but doubts remain. 7. The resignation of Pope Benedict XVI, forced out or divinely moved. When Pope Benedict XVI shocked the world by announcing his resignation in 2013, it marked the first papal resignation in over 600 years. The official reason? A lack of strength of mind and body. But behind the scenes, the timing was too perfect. Just months before, scandals had rocked the church. The WikiLeaks scandal revealed internal corruption and backstabbing among cardinals. Investigations into the Vatican Bank showed money laundering and shady financial dealings. New waves of sexual abuse allegations were coming to light worldwide. Insiders suggest Benedict was pressured to resign, perhaps by powerful factions within the Curia, the Church's governing body, to make way for a more progressive pope. Italian newspapers even speculated about a dossier of blackmail and sexual misconduct among clergy. Though Benedict continued to wear white and lived inside Vatican walls until his death in 2022, he never fully explained what really prompted his exit. Was it divine humility or was he pushed? 6. The Vatican and aliens. What does the Church know about extraterrestrial life? It sounds like science fiction, but the Vatican has quietly maintained one of the world's most advanced astronomical observatories, the Vatican Observatory, staffed by Jesuit scientists and based partly in Arizona. Over the years, Vatican officials have made surprising comments about the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Jesuit brother Guy Consolmagno, the Pope's own astronomer, said he would baptize an alien if one asked. In 2008, Father José Gabriel Funes stated that belief in alien life does not contradict Catholic doctrine. Some whisper that certain telescope data has been suppressed or even that the Vatican is preparing for first contact. While these may be philosophical musings, others speculate the Vatican may already know more than it lets on. Have they recovered extraterrestrial artifacts? Are there theological debates over alien souls? The silence is deafening. 5. The missing or hidden Dead Sea Scrolls. Discovered between 1946 and 1956, the Dead Sea Scrolls are some of the oldest known biblical texts, many predating the Gospels. While a large portion is publicly available, there are persistent claims that some scrolls or fragments were either lost, destroyed, or discreetly passed into Vatican hands. Some scholars believe these lost scrolls offer radically different views on Jesus, contain references to other messianic figures, or contradict core Catholic teachings. The Vatican has never clarified if it possesses any undisclosed fragments. Critics argue that if such materials exist and challenge Catholic doctrine, they may have been quietly buried to avoid destabilizing the faith. 4. The Prophecy of the Popes. In the 12th century, Saint Malachy, an Irish bishop, allegedly received a vision of 112 future popes, each described by cryptic Latin mottos. The list, known as the Prophecy of the Popes, eerily aligns with many pontiffs, including references to their coat of arms, names, or origins. According to the list, the final pope, Petrus Romanus, would reign during a time of judgment and the destruction of Rome. Pope Leo is believed by many to be this final pope. While the Vatican downplays the prophecy as a forgery, no formal debunking has been issued. Is the Church secretly preparing for a period of great tribulation? Or is this just apocalyptic folklore the Vatican doesn't want to feed? 3. The Emanuela Orlandi disappearance. Vatican girl. Vatican silence. In 1983, 15-year-old Emanuela Orlandi, a Vatican citizen, vanished in Rome. Her disappearance remains one of Italy's most enduring mysteries, made all the more unsettling by its Vatican connections. Over the decades, theories have implicated the Vatican Bank and mafia money laundering, a sex trafficking ring involving clergy, secrets buried in the Teutonic Cemetery inside Vatican walls. In 2019, after decades of silence, the Vatican allowed parts of its cemetery to be excavated, but no body was found. Skepticism grew when it was revealed that documents related to her case had gone missing from Vatican offices. To this day, the Vatican has never offered a satisfying explanation, despite mounting public pressure and a Netflix documentary that reignited global interest. 2. The Vatican's exorcism files. More than they're telling us. The Catholic Church is one of the few religious institutions that officially recognizes demonic possession and trains exorcists to confront it. But while the Church affirms the reality of evil spirits, it has never fully released its records of historical exorcisms. Some cases, like that of Anneliese Michel, which inspired the exorcism of Emily Rose, ended in tragedy. Others are said to involve unexplainable phenomena, speaking ancient languages, physical transformations, or even violent levitation. Why hide the details? Are these cases too terrifying, too convincing, or could they validate the supernatural in ways the Church isn't prepared to explain publicly? 1. The Knights Templar and the secret papal absolution. The Knights Templar were disbanded in 1312 under pressure from King Philip IV of France, who owed them a great debt and sought to destroy them. Pope Clement V, caught between loyalty to the Church and royal influence, complied. But in 2007, Vatican archivists discovered the Chinon Parchmenta document, showing that Pope Clement had actually absolved the Templars of heresy in secret. This means the Church may have destroyed an innocent order, publicly condemned, while privately vindicated. Why the contradiction? What else was the Church hiding about the Templars who many believe held secret knowledge, sacred relics, or ties to the Holy Grail? Was the real reason their wealth, their power, or what they knew? The Vatican has offered no clear explanation, just silence. The Vatican's power lies not just in its doctrine, but in its ability to guard what it knows. From vanished girls to alien theology, from ancient scrolls to end-times prophecies, it holds history's most tantalizing secrets behind literal and figurative closed doors. Some secrets protect the faithful, others, perhaps, protect the powerful. Until the Vatican speaks, we can only wonder. What truths lie beneath the gold and granite of St. Peter's Square, and why are they being hidden?